and welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. I'm your host, Kamari Richmond, and we have a wonderful show for you today. We are talking to Professor William Murry, and he is the CEO and president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. And with us today is he's sharing one of his interns with us, and he is Mr. Lawrence Brown II. So welcome, both of you, to the Ed Brown Show.
Yes.
Thank you, Kamar. You know, darling, it is a pleasure and an honor just to be here with you there.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure and honor to have you both. So we're going to start with you, Mr. Murry.
Yes.
Tell us about the Millionaire Mind Institute.
Well, it's an institute for entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs. It's here where millionaire mindsets, lifestyles, and businesses are made. We take you from idea to implementation and beyond. We make sure you're successful in your idea and putting it together. And everything you learn from idea, then we help you implement it. And then when you implement it, we're here to make you take it to the level of where you want to go.
And how do we find that in business? Because you talk about the road to success. So how do we find the idea, and how do we know that we have the right idea that's going to make us successful?
Well, you're never going to know until you put it in action.
Until you try, right?
That's right.
Put it in action, absolutely.
Yeah. But if that's what you want, and you're willing to put in the work, the research, and the action process, what's to stop you if you're willing to do what needs to be done? But you got to make sure you're around people studying, searching, and doing everything that it takes for you to reach your goal. Because your life is in your life you have a goal. Well, you want to do what it takes to reach that goal.
Absolutely. So tell us about your internship.
Well, I'm always looking for interns. The youth, because they know.
They know everything.
They're our future. They are our future. And I'm working to teach them that you can be what it is you want to be. Don't quit trying to be a rapper or a basketball player, or a baseball player, or this or that, or learn how to own the team, how to run the company, how to be the boss.
Absolutely.
Well, not the boss, how to be a leader, because the boss tells you what to do, but the leader shows you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so tell us about Lawrence here.
Well, Lawrence impressed me when I met him. I was at a session that one of my, as a matter of fact, one of my clients was doing. I'm teaching him how to be a professional speaker. And he qualified, and he was doing a class. And Lawrence was one of the students there. And I'm very observant. I sit back quiet, but I'm spiritually watching and listening and learning. And his spirit just was that way, where I knew that if he wanted to be an intern, I'd bring him on board to help him get to where he wanted to go with his future.
Wow, and so Lawrence, tell us about that. Well, tell us what you're doing, and we were talking before the set what you want to do, what you will do, and the path that this has helped you.
Well, currently I'm a student at Prince George's Community College, and what I'm going to do is going to psychology when I go to four-year university, and then eventually go into industrial/organizational psychology, which merges business and psychology, just to figure out how to get the most out of people, how to really elevate people to the next level in the workforce. And being a part of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute has just been a tremendous blessing for me, because it really allows me to focus on one of the things that I love the most, which is just studying the mind and how we think, and just really getting the best out of me and getting the most out of others. Because I know for me to do my best is allowing others to see the light that I have and let them know that they could do what I do, and they could do more than what I do.
Absolutely, and I love that you put it that way, because we know young people are the future, and our young people you're so tech savvy, so you can put a business plan and all of that like within a snap. So tell us what it means to be working with Professor Murry.
What it means to be working with Professor Murry is tremendous growth and new experiences, exposures. Like this interview, this is the first time I've done one of these, and it's not going to be the last one, but
Right.
I'm tremendously grateful to have it under my belt, you know, just to have this experience, be in this atmosphere is something that really calls to me, and I feel like it's something that I could do in the future as well. And also, I have a lot of firsts. Being an intern at part of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, learning how to work with cameras, working on social media, and just really stepping into all that I can be.
That's wonderful. And that's you're so impressive because
Thank you.
already you're so young and you know what you want to do and how you want to do it. And you've taken the action to make it possible. So now, how are you working with Lawrence?
Well, you know, a young mind is very potent, very powerful, and
Yes.
eager. See, I like the fact that he's eager to learn and he listens. And he does what I ask him to do without, no, I don't want to do that, or no, nothing. He just does it. Because they don't understand that's the little things you do that's going to make you successful. I love interns. I love children. I just love them. And they teach me a lot. See, they can do the things that I can't do. They know the internet, and they know all about social media and all that things I need to do. And with me teaching them what I need, so otherwise they're helping me build the institute into something larger because I stay in my lane. See, that's out of my lane. Put it that way, it's
Okay.
above my pay grade. But working with the youth, I love it, and we're always looking for interns.
Okay.
And anyone at the institute, just call the institute. And we'll work it out. As long as you can get to where we need to go and be, and you want to learn, you know, there's something that I tell the parents and to do, and I always give the assignment to the youth. I tell them go on YouTube and pull up teen millionaires. Teen millionaires. It's going to surprise you how many teenagers have started something and built it into $1 million entity while they're still a teenager.
That is amazing.
There's a young lady on there now that's 11 years old, just signed a $10 million contract with Walmart. There's another young man who is about 12 who got into McDonald's stock and all this other stuff. Well, now his chauffeur drives him around in a Bentley that he paid for. There's another young man out there who started this social media app. He was like 16 or 17. Google just bought his app for $1.2 billion.
Oh my God.
And he's a teenager. So there's nothing that they can't do if they want to learn, and that's what the Institute is. We have 4 divisions in the Institute. We have the general division for lottie-dottie and everybody. We have the senior citizens division, because senior citizens don't learn as fast with everything as the other populace. I have the general, the senior citizen, let's see, the general, the youth division, which is, you know, anyone that's a teenager and above. And I have for the veterans, because they've got to adjust from the military life to the civilian life. So I also work with them and help them adjust if they want to be an entrepreneur, or they don't have to be an entrepreneur. Because here's one thing people don't realize, and everybody says, well, I'm not an entrepreneur. Yes, you are. Your life is a business. If you want to be successful in life, work it like a business. And then when you get into your business, it's comfortable to you because you've already been doing it.
Right.
But your life is a business. And dealing with the youth, they teach me so much. I mean, the youth are very, very smart. What we've got to stop doing as adults is bringing the youth into our adult world and go and try to understand their youth world. We were young once.
Right.
And if we knew everything then why are we now much smarter as we get older? So if you don't want your child to be a troublemaker, be very fast, and out there doing the wrong things, stop bringing them into an adult world and go and try to understand their world and bring them up that way. That's the reason I tell them, go to Teen Millionaires, look at it. Look at, I mean, it is uh, so many teens that have started business from just idea and their parents were, and now they're taking care of the parents.
I'm gonna look that up.
Look that up.
on
It is, I
YouTube.
mean, it is one heck of a site. I mean, it is many, in every field and aspects. They're there, but they're still getting the guidance of the adults.
Right.
And look at this, this young lady just signed a recording contract for over $1 million. She's 13. She's got that voice. Her parents are there for her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's already a millionaire because she's already signed a $1 million contract. And she's
Wow.
doing what she loves. She loves to sing.
Right.
All we got to do is be patient with our youth. Don't tell them to shut up. Get them off of that dumb, that what you call them things?
On the phone
the
all
social
day.
media, no, the games.
Social media. Oh, the games. Right. The games.
And get them off of that ignorant tube TV, because all TV does is dumb you down. And all those games do is dumb you down and make you lazy. So no, give them, and here's the thing that parents can do. When your child, sit down with your child and say, look, we're going to go to this site, Teen Millionaires, and look at it.
Okay.
And then we're going to discuss it.
And that's important, to have, you know, grown people, your parents, to really be interested in what you're doing or in what you want to do, instead of saying, you know what, I don't think you should do that, or you know what, you won't make money doing that, because you're kind of putting your limitations on the child by saying, well, you know what, maybe you want to go major in something else, but you really, as you were saying, you have to speak and be guided by your own passion.
Absolutely. It's important to really let your passion guide you, because that's what's going to stimulate your creativity. That's what's going to engage your imagination.
Right.
And once that is firing on all cylinders, there's nothing you can't do, because whatever you can imagine, it was given to you so that you could create it. It's only for you. No one else has imagined that. Or if they have, it's not in the same image that you have it in. So it's up to you
Absolutely.
to make it a reality.
Absolutely, and you're very positive and very
Thank you.
wise for a young
Thank
person.
you.
And where does that come from?
That just comes from being part of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, and also all the other organizations I'm a part of. I just like to put myself in an environment of positivity, an environment of knowledge, and just gaining knowledge. Because I know that the more you know, the more you can apply, and the more you can affect
Right.
others, and the more that you can grow. And for me, it's all about growing to becoming all that I can be, because I know our potential is so amazing.
And don't forget about mom and dad.
Yes, and mom and dad.
They gave you everything to get you where you are, to get you to think like you
Absolutely.
think.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be on the same path. I know they put excellence in me, and they have allowed me to be a part of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute and all the other organizations I'm a part of. So without them, I would, even without them, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
So definitely have to thank my mom and my dad.
Yeah, and it's important that your parents realize that, you know, because if you're not on them, you don't know what they're doing. So at least they know
Right.
where you are, what you're doing, and that you are growing and learning. And what about your
Absolutely.
friends? What do you tell your friends about organizations, but mostly about MMI?
Oh my goodness, I try to get them on to listen to the empowerment calls, because there's always something there that you could learn, always something there to spark an interest, to really captivate you and put you on the path that you need to go on. So I make it a must to really talk to them and stimulate conversations, have the conversations that they're not having on a day-to-day basis, just to really make people think. Because once you start thinking, you act a different way. And when you really know what it is that you're here to do, and you have someone there to help give you guidance on it, there's nothing that you can't do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you are the guide.
Well, you know, I guess I'm following in the footsteps of my mentors
Okay.
because
Okay.
I was young when I got into as an activist, got into the movement. And it just so happened, I don't know how or why, but like I say, my spirit is always been there. And it put me in the right place to be around the right people who taught me leadership. And I do things now, and I'm looking back, because my mentor, one of my main mentors was Baba Dick Gregory, because we hung out together on a regular. If you saw him, you saw me. And he used to have roundtables where and people would just come, and he would, but he offered it to the city, and sometimes 8 or 10 people would show up. I was always one of the ones. And we
Right.
became very good friends. He was a lot older than me, but he saw the potential in me, and I was hungry. He taught me about diet. He taught me how to fast. And something he told me, he says, you got to have the spirit of a turtle. You got to be soft on the inside, hard on the outside, and not afraid to stick your neck out.
Oh, I love that.
And that resonated with me. And I'm looking now at what I'm doing now that I'm older and a senior citizen. And I'm doing exactly the same thing that he did, and I didn't even realize it. But I'm doing just what he did. I have power sessions, I have roundtable. And whenever we do an event, and we may travel, go somewhere and do a work at the event, or we may have a class and they work the event, we always have a meeting afterwards talking about what they learned, what they did.
Okay.
And that's what it takes, because and they teach me, and but to have some youth around you, and you give them a future of success,
Yeah.
because they might be the one that build that $1 million company to hire my grandchildren.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is, you really have to be, it's, what we say, each one teach one.
Each one teach one.
But your children have to be listening.
Yes, but we can't expect our children to be what they're not seeing us. They're watching us.
Yes.
You may not realize it. Our children are watching us, and they do see what you do and what you say. How is your child going to be a student if they never see you read a book? If you don't have a magazine in the house, if you get away from me, don't come over. Didn't see my favorite show is on? Well, you just put that show on that TV ahead of your child, and you think that don't stick? I'll stop doing anything when they call me and say, Mr. Murry, you got a minute? Yes, I always got a minute. I always got time. If not, I'll tell them, look, I'm doing this right now. I'll get right back to you. And I'll make a note that as soon as you finish doing what you're doing, call that team back. Call that intern back.
That's important.
Because they need, if they wouldn't call me if they didn't need me.
Absolutely.
And I cannot put their needs on hold.
Absolutely. And that is part of an institute, because you are teaching and you're growing. And a lot of people don't do that because, mostly everyone's so busy. And so you have your phone, you have the TV, you have everything going on at one time. But it really does behoove you to just stop and listen, because now we're trying to, and I'm guilty of it. I love to text.
That's okay.
I text. But because you want to be doing more than one thing at the same time.
Yes.
So if I'm texting, then I can do something else. But you really do have to just stop, listen, and learn. And how about you? How do you find yourself spending your time?
So most of my time I do spend reading books, listening to motivational videos, and just making sure that I continue to pour into myself, because I know I have a cup, and I want it to overfill so that I could pour into others along the way and just continue to be an asset for people and continue to uplift people. Because at the end of the day, that's one of my core values. I really love people, and I just want the most for people to really reach their potential and what they could do, because we were created to dominate the earth, not just to live on it, not just to be a part of it, but to really take control and create what we need to create in order to make it a better place for the generations to come after us. So that's what I'm here to do.
So wise.
He has an old soul.
He does have an old soul. And I love that you said that you have a cup and you want the cup to runneth over.
Right.
And you're someone, I mean, I already know you're going to be successful. You know you're going to be successful,
Right.
but you'll be able to teach younger people to do the same. Like you said, you teach the millionaire billionaire,
Yeah.
and
Right.
you know, and that's the next one. That's the next leg up.
Yes. You know, you see how he is. Now, being around me, of course, you know, he's going to pick up on a lot of things.
Of course he is.
I'm always,
Absolutely.
my conversation is not conversation. My conversation usually lessons, even in just conversation.
Right.
That's just the way I am.
Right.
You know, I teach, and I love it. I love, when I'm on stage, there isn't a drug out there that can get me as high as I be when I'm on stage. It doesn't exist. That's my
Wow.
high. When I'm studying, that's my relaxation. I don't have to go to clubs, and I don't drink and stuff, so, you know, and all of that, but that's my unwind. You know, when I'm studying, I just love it. I wake up in the morning and talk to my spirit a little bit, see what it's got to tell me, and then I start studying. My season just started, baseball. I love baseball. Nationals, I love them. But if I don't put in my 4 hours of study, I will not permit myself to watch the ball game.
And that's deep. And I know you and I have that conversation that you must have your 4 hours.
I got to have my 4 hours of study because I can't teach you if I don't know. Things are changing.
Right.
And I've got to change to be able to give you that change. The things I've learned on social media, from studying and watching and listening and learning, because things I don't know, I'll go to him, my grandson. In a heartbeat, I tell him, son, I don't know what's going on, and he'll walk me through it. Or I'll call one of my interns, and they know it. How do I do this on the phone, or how do I do this on this app? And they know, they got it. If they don't, they'll look at it and figure it out in a heartbeat.
They're so quick. You all are so quick. And we're into this global economy.
Yes.
And what does that mean to you? We're in this global economy. Things are changing so fastly, so rapidly. What does that mean to you about what you need to do to, do you feel like you're running out of time, or that you're just getting started, or is it overwhelming? Well, for you, obviously not. But,
Right.
but when you think about being in a global economy, what does that mean to you?
For me, it means opportunity, it means potential.
Yes.
And it also means that since a part of being social media, the world is, even though it's bigger, it's smaller. And to really stand out, you have to be able to communicate with others. You have to learn the soft skills that could really allow you to connect with people and really reach them where they have their spark. Reach them where that thing that lights them up, that really gets them bubbling up with positivity, because that's when you could really use them and help them to accomplish what they need to do. Just have them go in the right direction, the right path, and continue to guide them along their journey.
And how have your parents, how have they helped you through that?
Oh, they've been a tremendous source. They've been just, I'm totally thankful and grateful to have them part of my life. They keep me up when I'm down, help me to really have an open mind about everything, and my mom is very spiritual, so she has allowed me to become very spiritual, so I'm really deeply in tune with God and the universe, and really want to connect and know what's out there for me and what I'm here to do, and just having her part of my life, and my dad being a strong soldier, always holding down the fort, being there, reliable. When we call on him, he's always there, willing to give a helping hand. It's just amazing having parents like that.
That is amazing. And we have a couple minutes left. What is it for, what do you tell parents?
To take time and listen to your child.
Okay.
Do things that's going to build and grow them. One thing I'm very adamant on the parents don't do, set your child down at the end of the month when you're paying the bills. Show them what it costs for you to take care of them.
Oh, that'll straighten you up real
Right,
quick.
right.
To keep them from asking for all these name brands, all this and that. Show them what it costs. How long you got to work in order to get how much it costs rent. No,
Right.
teach them about money.
That's important.
Instead of teach them
That
a
is
need
important.
life instead of a want life.
Yes.
It makes a difference.
Yes.
Big difference between a need life. A need life keeps you from being broke, poor, and always trying to keep up to date. A want life is only going to keep you broke. I want this, I want that, and I want this, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. You're going to be broke.
And that's an important lesson. And we have a few minutes. Let everyone know how they can reach you.
All they have to do is call the Institute at 240-619-2019. That's 240-619-2019. And you'll get a call back within 24 hours if I'm not available, you know, or something, or we're out of town, or we're on travel, or somewhere doing, and we'll get back to you because we're always interested in help. If you need coaching, if you need to come and speak at an event, corporation, companies, churches, individuals, we're there. All you got to do is pick up the phone. 90% of success, 90% of success is action.
It really is. And I know, I have to tell our folks, whenever I call, you answer. I sent you a text yesterday, and within like a minute, you were calling me back. And that is really, really important. That's an important tool. Like you're saying, you take your time to study, and you give back, and you follow up. Follow up is so
Show
key.
up. All you got to do is show up.
Just show up.
You know, we do events, and all you got to do is show up.
Right.
If I charge you to coach you or do something, you know, if I'm charging you $1,000, but I'm gonna give you $1 million worth of information, hello.
Hello, and so that's all it takes. MMI is just a phone call away. So thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Mary. You know, I just call you Mary for being on the show.
Fine, you know, we go too far, but like I told you, you know, I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about
And
it.
that's the same. I feel the same. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.